Cha Boys.
All right, episode 2. We made it. Made it this far.
They didn't.
All right.
They didn't kill me.
Nope. I'm Matt Pursley, multi-time motorcycle rider, here with Terry Meyer.
Big T Rogue.
Right
Still
on.
alive. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. What you got for me?
Excellent. We're gonna. I want to give a quick shout out to our mutual friends at ODMC, Jason Kellogg, Craig Stephen. They've put together a pretty cool group of dudes, and they're just out there keeping it fresh and keeping it fun. I do want to say hey to Ryan Drussel. He took a digger a little while back. He's got a broken femur, but I think he'll bounce back nicely.
I heard, well, we'll talk about them then too, man. A lot of older guys. I think Roger Van Meter.
Yep.
JD Black. There's a lot of guys.
God, those are some of the nicest dudes ever.
They're crazy, man. Rogers, I can't remember his buddy's name right this second, but they're all wild. Great bunch of guys who are up in Kansas City.
Yep. Like with talking about Roger specifically, just here over the past week or so, like people are finding old pictures. I mean old, like he's on an 80. Racing with George Holland and all these guys, and it's just pretty cool. And I consider Roger a good friend, and it's
he raced. He loves. I've been around him a lot, and
you can't.
Up in that
you can't keep that dude from racing.
Yeah, that's that Kansas City crowd. There's an older crowd, and I think them guys are like amazingly fast. I'm gonna hold on,
What
man.
the fuck are you doing,
Hey,
bro?
go sit down real quick.
I told you can't. Just please go play your video game and just give us a couple of minutes and stop doing the twinkle toes.
Yeah. Take a plate. You got something to sit on.
All right. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, so yeah, Roger's a good guy. Jack Lambert and them.
Yep.
I know they love him. I had to race Jack a lot.
I remember one time specifically, if we can take a couple of minutes, we were at
You're
the.
not talking about the regional.
Oh yeah,
events.
2013.
Yeah.
Millville, the Millville regional. Yeah, I think Jack was helpful in getting you. Was it 9 broken ribs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Said he didn't remember. I was like, how the fuck? You don't remember? We're like top 3 last lap. It's like, oh, there's Terry. I think I'll just.
You remember when? So I was watching the race, and where it happened was at the end of the whoops.
Yeah.
Before you make that left back, and I couldn't. I saw you guys go, and then everybody came back but you, and me and Morocco were like, oh no. And here you come, and you're talking to the
ambulance.
Yep. And we get up there, and she's feeling around. She's like, yeah, I think you got some broken ribs. And I knew your health insurance situation. So she's like, okay, yeah, we're going to get you in the ambulance, and we're going to take you. And I'm standing behind you. I'm like, oh, and you're like, nah, baby girl, I'm not gonna go. And she's like, you could die. Well.
I went home and I spent 7 days sleeping up, and girlfriend, she's like, you're fucking, and I passed out, fell on the floor, and you're going to the hospital, and when everything was broken.
Was that Dr. Gary that looked at you?
Not that time.
No,
not that
okay.
time. Dr. Gary's phenomenal. I love Dr. Gary.
He's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little sidetrack there, but that's the little Jack Lambert story. But yeah, all those dudes are super cool. So I've been going to the MOVMX series the past 3 years, and so it started off just basically vintage bikes, and they had some modern bike classes. So we were at a race, not not this past season, but the one before, so 2024. And it was a race in Lebanon, Missouri. And Ryan Dressel came up. He's like, "Hey, so what they'll do is they'll have 2 classes, an advanced and well, now they have 3, but they had advanced and novice, I guess. And so this year they added the intermediate. But anyway, last year they just had the 2 classes. He's like, yeah, you got to get in this ODMC class, and a bunch of dudes like that you don't normally get to ride with. And I was like, ah. And then he's like, I got you on entry, and I couldn't say no. So I get up there. I'm on my old KX 500, and I look down the line, and it's nothing but modern motorcycles. And I was like, oh no, I've misinterpreted what old dude motorcycle club means. It's just old dudes on new bikes. I was like, oh well, we'll just give her hell and see what happens. But so yeah, a lot of good races in that class with Jason Kellogg and Craig Stephen specifically. Like, I would say any given weekend just depends on, who, like some tracks work better for other guys and some work worse for other guys, and it's just really a toss-up of who could win. But I think and this other dude, Blake Beckman.
Blake's local.
He's a super nice guy.
I like Blake. Blake's good people.
The first time I ever met Blake was at Splinter Creek. And I remember seeing him, and I'm like, man, that dude, I don't know who that is. And like when you do these series, it's the same guys. You know everybody.
Yeah.
You become friends with everybody. And this dude, what is he, like 9.5 feet tall or something? And he's riding this pretty nice, like a 95, 96 CR 250. And he looks good on a motorcycle. He just, his technique and everything. So I asked my buddy, Mark Kendall, I was like, hey, who's this guy? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, did you see him in practice? He's like, yeah. I was like, was he going good? I was like, he goes, he was going good. I was like, oh, great. But me and him had a fantastic battle that day. But check them out on Facebook. Great guys.
They're great. They're good people. I like them.
Excellent.
Oh,
all right.
So, yeah, Matt.
Dude,
just tell me, would you like to say anything about Supercross?
I would like to say
before the first race. Okay.
Yep.
You go first, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna go second.
Okay. Of all the topics that we could discuss on a podcast, there isn't one that could be nearly as fucking boring as talking about Supercross. And I mean,
okay. Should I shoot my load right now and give it? So we just be done with it.
Well, let's be done with it.
All right, for first Supercross, here's my predictions. I'm gonna say 450 class. I want to see Malcolm and RJ do well, win. Kenny will probably win the first one, but I suspect that Yamaha will win the 450 title again next year.
Now hold up. You're saying Ken Roxon's gonna win the first round?
Yeah, Kenny will probably win the first one.
It's the crazy shit like this.
He gets good hole shots, and the fucker can run up front. Jet ain't gonna be around. It's gonna work better for Hunter. But if Hunter don't get a start, he's gonna be fucked. And I'll go a little deeper on that later.
Okay, like all the riders are warriors.
They're warriors.
You know what? It doesn't.
Seconds. That dude's that far behind him, and the next dude's that far behind him.
And like, in my opinion, if you race motorcycles, whether you're 4 years old, starting out on a PW50, or you're like my dad who's almost 80.
It's the same.
Everybody
ride
is
as
a badass.
hard as
and it's
you
not,
can.
It's not the dudes, the racers, that are fucking up Supercross. It goes way higher than that.
Higher.
Like whoever decided to cut free practice. bro, like these dudes don't get enough time on the track as it is, and now you're cutting practice?
Oh, I didn't
Stupid.
know you'd go there. Yeah, it's fucked up. We have hard feelings about it. You can't even, people don't understand it's all about money.
And TV.
It's all about money.
Feld
and
does
TV.
not give a shit about the motorcycle.
Pay your entry.
Yeah.
The only sport that you pay your own entry to compete, and you're not shit unless you get top 3. But you're really not shit unless you get first.
Like, imagine going to the circus and finding out that the clowns had to pay an entry fee to perform.
Yeah. And, risk their head getting ripped off.
Right.
And I'm going to say this right now. It's injuries. You got to stay injury free. Jet gets hurt. What happens if Jet comes back and gets landed on by somebody? The sport is short. It's not a long sport. Some of them can, some of them can't. But as far as the 250s, I'll go first on 250s.
Go ahead.
The only thing I really care about, I like Michael Hicks
Yep.
and Kobush, Lance.
Yep.
And as far as 250s are concerned, Deegs lock in. He should whole shot and win every race. They're already practicing on.
Is he still on 250s for this Supercross?
For Supercross, he's on 250 under Yamaha rig and Fox, and then there's Star Racing, which next year it'll be Deeg Racing. He'll probably take over, Star Racing. I would think he's.
So then he's
made
450s
so
in the
much-
outdoors.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you watch Star, their bikes are tiled. I don't care what anybody says. You'll see. I hope somebody proves me wrong, but right now those are basically my prediction. Nobody's in touch vegan. Their program is too good. Ricky's mom. Deegan's, trains with her every once in a while, so you can't beat the Yamaha setup.
Right.
And that's before the first race. We'll talk after the first race, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be.
Yeah, I think you're right too. Let's talk about another. I'm just gonna bitch about the pro stuff, just because now that my kids both have their pro license, I get to kind of see how people are treated when you're at the track, and then learning just the sheer amount of bullshit, that. At what point does not only the price of motorcycles, but the price of getting your pro license, the price of entering races,
Sound test.
this is where I'm going. Okay, so last year, or this past season, I forget what it was, if it was like 113, 114, somewhere around in there.
Dumb shit.
Stupid. Like, a stock motorcycle won't even pass, okay? So...
With Cotexes inside of it.
Yeah, so now, you're stuffing your airbox with tampons and T-shirts and maxi pads and...
Tampons.
And then the rumor was, and I don't know if this is going to be true or not, but the rumor was they were lowering it even more.
I heard lowering it. I don't know, but we'll find out.
And
we assume.
How, I don't understand how the big factory teams are even getting their motorcycles that quiet. But, we were, last year, I was talking with a couple of guys, and they were saying that the big factory teams, they don't even want the Austin Gakins or the Brett Greenleys or the Colton Pursleys. They don't even want those dudes there.
They don't.
I'll bet if they...
I made the main and they didn't even want me there.
I'll bet...
They're nice, but, they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Here they come again.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't get it. But on the other side, like the AMA workers, when you go to check in and you do your not the sound test, but the just the initial tech inspection and all that, the people that work under that tent are so nice and so uplifting. They will treat the guy, the 80th fastest guy, the same way as they treat Jet Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like super good people. Like and specifically, like I just saw how they treated Colton, and I mean they were just outstanding people.
They've always done really good. I must say, when we were pro, they went out of their way for us. They did,
and they remember you when you come in, and that's probably because they've cut it down to 80 fucking people that they'll even let sign up. You know, it's outrageous to me. I think it
is. They're gonna make it to where and we'll talk about another issue. They're almost made it so expensive. The normal motherfucking fast motherfucker ain't got a chance.
I mean, like, you know, it's just it's frustrating, and then, you know, being the massive fan of old motorcycles that I am now, like I'll watch videos from back in the day, and I mean, like, you know, they had practice on Saturday and then the program on Sunday.
Leaving at 3 o'clock? Fucking.
And you know, like they're doing a lot of stuff like, you know, shortening up programs to make sure that they get everything on TV. Like this is all they give a fuck about is getting it, you know, making sure it looks good on TV. But then to go watch the fucking race, you can't even find it. You have to subscribe to like 5 or 6 different apps, you know, and it's never on the same one.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy. Crazy.
Like you know, and so, you know, it's not the people that show up to the races that piss me off, as far as like the AMA and the people who work there. Feld. Like the people who never come to a race, who probably never watch the race on TV.
We've dealt with them a couple of times, but let's get away from Supercross. We'll get it to you after the first race. Right here before we go, we're going to talk about social media and the clusterfuck that it's become. You can't say nothing without hurting somebody's feelings. This is only for entertainment purposes only. They don't ruin the sport because you got your feelings hurt. And then I posted a couple things on my social media, and I fucking hate it. But, you know, somebody made a statement, hey, why don't you have your kids wash your bike or something now that you're the Moto moms on social media are going to take over, and everybody's going to film themselves, and everybody's going to, you know, email the clothing companies, hey, I'm an influencer, sponsor me and my son. And then they get butthurt, and they come out and do all this crazy stuff like, my God, slow down.
You know, and I feel like it's the people like that. I know who you're talking about specifically. Like, you can put, if you go putting this much energy into not only the racing, which you've got to do, but you start putting it into this, like, the social media. I mean, come on, dude. Rick Johnson didn't have social media back in 1982.
I mean, where the fuck did they come up with all this money? People, just like social media, that's not how the shit really is. Man, it's expensive. And if you got $1 million and they tax you on it, you only got 4 something left. You ain't got no money.
Right.
We can spend some money in a year racing, and especially racing 50s, 65s, and 85. These people are going nuts.
and that was my point. Like, at what point are you just like burned out? You're tired of, constantly running to your camera, like I see them where they like set up a whole studio to film themselves washing their kid's motorcycle. Like, just wash the fucking motorcycle.
Put some clothes on, goddammit. Fuck. I seen this one chick the other day, and I guess once you watch one, the algorithms just like,
It just
you fucker. I can imagine Greg watched the one and then like was like, whoa, bang, 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 bang.
Oh,
He's
dude.
like, fuck,
The amount of perimenopausal hate mail he's gotten over this past week is probably epic.
I kind of grew up with them and their family, man, such great people. And he came back and he's like, hey, I want to, come back and try to explain myself, so to speak. But gosh, the social medias, and I'm going to go ahead and tell a story. So, we rode out at Flat River like when people are like, I don't ride woods. And man, we beat up Flat River for years and rode the fuck out of it. And Matt has a 540, his dad has a 540 KTM, and he gets out on the straightaway with all these factory riders, and he runs about 96 miles an hour on a 540. And this is like 12 years ago, and I'm watching this local, I guess he's a fucking influencer, I don't know. But they're out Flat River, falling over, talking themselves on the camera, and running fifth gear through the sand dunes, running 60. It's like, fuck, why don't you stop? Hey, can you take a picture of me? It's like, fuck no. But just saying, social media is out of control.
It is. And it's making people look stupid.
Very stupid, and I agree with that. I liked it. I just wanted to touch base on we're doing this podcast, but I think it's because we almost have to. But let's wind some shit up here
right.
Real quick. Cahokia,
Yep.
Missouri State Series is having a state race at Cahokia.
I saw that.
In September. I'm predicting it's going to be the biggest state race ever held.
I would say it's going to be the biggest state race, probably definitely in the past 10 years.
I know what you mean. Cahokia is an amazing track. Mike, and they're a great family, and it is true outdoor motocross. I don't know how they're going to run 50s, 60s, all those classes. Boy, you fuckers better be ready.
Dude, and they're going to be dudes from
all
over. Texas,
up
north.
Yeah, it'll definitely.
East, west, they're going to be coming from all over.
It's going to be amazing. And,
God, he used to have the greatest national hair scrambles there.
I got down.
I'd like to know if he ever had a national hair scramble when it was less than 100 degrees.
I don't know. I rode one in 2000 on a YZ125. I raced a factory Husky kid. I wore Cash Money LBZs of chrome.
Yeah.
And I battled out with that fucker all day. And every time I come through, they'd be like, one more lap. I come through again, one more lap. I remember, I think Kaplan or somebody there, or Andy was playing. Kyle was there.
Yeah.
And I came in the last lap, I'm fucking throwing up. They're giving me a Gatorade. I'm like, why you giving me go? Man, bro, I swear, one more lap, and I fucking Well, I remember I got lapped by Shane Bois, and it was a good time.
Yeah, that was an awesome place.
Awesome. It's gonna be a great race. So
They're having a vintage race there in April.
it's joint Supercross, I think. I think it's that weekend. We're gonna find out, and we'll get back.
I think it's the first. I think it's the first. We'll post it up, but I think it's the 5th, 6th, and 7th. I think is the date of it. But and that's a new series. So there's the MOVMX. They've been killing the vintage game for the past several years, and then and so now we've got another vintage series in the mix. I think it's gonna be a slow starter. I think there's maybe 3 races I think total.
That's okay.
But
yeah, that'll work. That'll be awesome. So, pro tip of the lifetime.
Oh boy.
So I'm just gonna tell you right here, starts. If you're not practicing starts, you're fucking up. Starts are everything, and every show I'm gonna be like, if you're getting 8th or 9th, you better be Superman or Super Warrior to work your way to the front. Everybody's figuring out because everybody's on social media. But see, everybody ain't figured out starts. I learned a long time ago on starts. And we've always got starts. We'll tell start stories. I couldn't pull hole shots on him because when I would, he'd run me off the fucking track. So we'll talk about that later. But think about it. Starts. Starts are everything. If you're not top 3 in the starts, it's fucking quit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, unless you're John Michelle Bale or somebody.
Or, we stress our starts. But I think that's a good go.
Yep.
That's our second show.
Yep.
We'll see you after the first year. And have a nice New Year's, man.
Thank you, buddy. You too. Great to see you. Great to see everybody. And
support our sponsors. And there'll be a thing at the end. If you want to send us $1 or 50 cents, we accept gold coins, Bitcoin.
Just one Bitcoin. That's
just
nice.
To help the process.
Yeah.
And then later on in our shows, we'll talk about our amateur riders. We have mutual riders going to do outdoors again. And try and get gas money and shit. And support your local heroes.
Sounds good.
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Peace.
Peace.